Julia Haymak qualified in the mile. Aneta Konitschik did not qualify, but did run it. And Sini Visa is going to anchor for Ole Miss, and she qualified in the mile very strong. So there are the 12 fastest teams in the country in this DMR, and they will sort themselves out over these first 6 laps.
Best time coming in this held by Arkansas, 10:51.63. The second best time is from Virginia Tech, 10:53.21. But again, as in the men's DMR that everybody saw, it's not too crazy what happens in the middle 2 laps. It's who runs that final mile lap, or leg rather, excuse me.
Jenna Gearing, the senior from Kentucky, has the stick for the Wildcats in the lead. And that is Mia Barnett. We saw her just miss qualifying, or she didn't qualify by time in the women's mile, but she ran the whole race leading it and then just got past the last 50 meters.
And that was literally an hour and probably 40 minutes ago. Can you imagine running a mile that hard and then coming back and running a 1200 lead off for your team? That's work. That is work.
Saw Isabel Van Camp in third, and somebody goes down. It looks like Washington. That is Taylor Chiotti, the junior for the Huskies.
And that is just so unfortunate. You got to pick yourself back up and try to get yourself at least as clean as possible back with the pack.
And not all at once. As much as you want to, it'll take everything out of you. Ole Miss well back there in 11th place. So it's a pack of 10 and then a little bit of a gap. Kentucky still leading. Arkansas in second. Virginia third. And now Oregon third.
Izzy Thornton-Bott from Oregon just made a really nice move, but this, you want to get out of that rail. Don't get boxed in. If you are Oregon, she's third in the all-white singlet with the green O on it. Make sure that you don't get into trouble, because sometimes in a race like this, these women can come in, and that's where spiking and tripping causes, or it pushes you in, and it's one misstep, and you're on that rail.
Stanford's Christina Aragon, daughter of Chuck Aragon, pretty good miler in his day. Senior at Stanford, she gets the Cardinal into second.
Kaylee Mitchell, running for Oregon State, just made a really nice move coming into that last curve to pull the Beavers now in front.
They don't have a men's program up there, but they've had a women's program for the last half a dozen years and qualified here in the DMR. So it's Oregon State, followed by Stanford, and then Oregon.
This 1200 leadoff leg is so important. All of them are important, but this is important because it just sets the tone for your team. This is now going into a really quick quarter, and these baton exchanges are vital. It gets a little trafficky there. The person in the back's responsibility, and you see tripping right there.
The athletes just don't get off the track the way they're supposed to. I'm just not sure why.
I think that was Virginia Tech that actually fell. I'm not sure. It looked like she had an 11 on her hip.
Oregon State followed by Stanford, followed by Oregon. So it's all Pac-12 right now up front with 1 lap remaining in this 400-meter leg. Now Kentucky getting into the mix in third and trying for second. Oregon into the lead.
Katrina Wright running really well for Oregon, as is Megan Moss for Kentucky. Turnover here and going into this again. These women are going to be bunched. They're going wide. The baton pass is so important. You have to get out of the way, and if you're the person getting the baton, you have to make sure that you just take one quick with your left, turn and start, and then go with it into your right.
Paris People is doing a great 400-meter carry for the Razorbacks. Chrissy Gear for Arkansas on the 800-meter leg. They're currently in third. For Oregon, this is Mia Merck on the 800-meter leg, but Kentucky leading.
Chrissy Gear will stalk people. She is a veteran for Arkansas in the all gray in third. Runs so smooth, doesn't panic. She sets up her 800s so well, and she runs extremely tactical. There she is, all gray.
Jenna Schwinghammer, the freshman, is leading it for the Wildcats. Arkansas in the second, Stanford third, Oregon State moving. Half the 800-meter distance run. Now Chrissy Gear into the lead for Arkansas, followed by Kentucky, Oregon State,
This is the lap
and Stanford.
This is the lap on the half that you've got to work. If you are in those top four, right now you just have to stay in that really aggressive turnover stage. Don't fall asleep in this lap.
Oregon State going on the inside. Woo. Nowhere to go.
No, and that's tough. Get out of that on that rail. The cardinal rule is never let anybody pass you inside on the rail. So if you're Oregon right now, you're not going to give Oregon State any room whatsoever to try to take you on the inside.
Less than a lap in the 800-meter leg. It is Arkansas, followed by Kentucky. Kentucky now making a move. Oregon in third.
Jenna Schwinghammer making a heck of a move.
Stanford in fourth, Oregon State fifth as they get ready for the final exchange. Kentucky will hand off first, followed by Arkansas and Oregon as they go into the 1600-meter leg.
Great job by Kentucky and Arkansas getting off that track so that those exchanges are clean. Also for Stanford, back in fourth, dark hair, black bottoms. That's Julia Haymack, who qualified in mile about an hour and 45 minutes ago, and she's here to run another mile for Stanford. Yes, for Stanford.
2:03.8 for Chrissy Gear on that 800-meter carry. Schwinghammer 2:03.9. Kentucky with a little gap of about 15 meters now early.
Tori Herman, the freshman from Kentucky. And again, when they run on this backstretch, you can peek up. The video board is at the start of where the hurdle starts. See her peeking up? She's peeking up right now, and she's looking to see where the women are behind her. And that will help in this mile because, again, energy conservation to make sure that you have enough of the kick, because a lot of these women have really good kicks on this mile.
Logan Jolly of Arkansas in second place, followed by Oregon's Annette Konitschik. Did not qualify in the mile, but she did run it. 65.5 first lap for Kentucky's Herman.
Anna Konitschik from Oregon in third right now. Look at how smooth she's running. It's almost like she's stalking. There she is with the 4 on her hip, running really, really nice stride frequency. She's sitting right on Jolly's shoulder from Arkansas, and she didn't qualify in the mile, but bet that she is going to run everything she can for Oregon right here in order to set them up for a 10-point swing wherever she makes the move. Now, this is the part where the stride frequency of all of these women has to take place. You've got 4 laps to go when you come across this. So there's an 800-meter left, and Konitschik doing a really nice job of just clip, 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 clip. She's not expending a ton of energy in the top of her body, and she's running within herself.
Herman of Kentucky continuing to lead, just a freshman with 4 laps remaining, 800 meters to go. Konitschik marking her closely for Oregon. And Jolly for Arkansas. Those are your top 3.
Look at the difference in the stride pattern right now between 1 and 2. You see Jolly, she has a little bit of a faster stride. Granted, she is a little shorter than Konitschik, but Konitschik looks like she's just out there jogging. There's not a lot of energy getting expended from her, and she looks very comfortable.
2:15 for the opening 800. They threw in a 70-second lap. So it's going to start to get really serious here in a minute. Stanford now sneaking up, currently in 4th, Oregon State 5th.
And I'm sorry, Herman is in front for Kentucky, not Jolly. Jolly is now in front for Arkansas. Logan Jolly, the senior, taking the lead for Arkansas, ran a really nice, patient last 400. She just sat behind Herman and Konitschik and bided her time. This is where this race, last 2 laps of this race, this is where the speed is going to start coming into play. Everyone's going to kick.
Jolly gapping Herman ever so slightly, about 4 or 5 meters now. 2 laps remaining. But her stride frequency is definitely improved.
Yeah, Arkansas is the class of this field. 10:51.63 is the time that they brought into this. And bet that Lance Harder had a talk with this team saying, listen, whatever you need to do, because the points between Florida, Texas, and Arkansas are going to be so close. They need every single first place finish that they can get.
Bell lap, and it is all Arkansas with a 20-meter lead. They ran 2:20 for the middle 800, and that's what allowed her to be in this thing. And she started their sprint from about 600 meters out.
That was a pretty middle 800. That was really nicely run.
Stanford now into second place with Julia Haymack, who qualified in the mile. Oregon back to third. Kentucky dropped to fourth, but it's going to be all Arkansas. 10 points for the Razorbacks in the DMR, followed by Stanford, Oregon, Kentucky, and Oregon State. 10:51.37. That is the fastest time amongst the collegians by just a few tenths of a second. So a well-run, smart race for the Razorbacks.
Logan Jolly ran a really great middle part of that mile. She stayed patient. She stayed behind Konachek and Herman of Kentucky, and then just bided her time and just her speed at the end of that. Man, that's what Arkansas does to you. They just grind you down in all of these distance races, and Lance Harder has done just a great job. They call the Hogs as they win the DMR.